All right, we're coming up on it here. Look at a beautiful lake. You know, I have the opportunity to be buried in their plot. My mom was cremated, so there's a whole space available. You know, it's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up because, you know, when you get buried in your coffin and all that, they dig a giant hole and they, make a tomb and they put you in there and they hermetically seal everything. And I'm sure it's not really sealed, but beautiful building, huh? When it came to an urn, they just dig like a 2-foot deep hole and say, "There you go, buddy. Have a nice day." Yep. This is where the old man and the old lady are. It's so weird saying that. My mom's been dead for like 3 years now, I think. I don't know. I have no concept of time anymore. But it's right over there. Right over there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. What you just saw there was actually the start of a video. I said, you know what? I'm not going to post. Visiting my folks. They're buried. Hold on. You might be able to see them from here. There's a purple, there it is. There's a purple pinwheel spinning in the distance. Can you see it right there? Just on the other side of the heart? That's my parents' grave. I had a Red Sox rock there that I wanted to repaint. But I thought to myself, you know what? Instead of showing the grave and being a bummer, I want to show you where they're buried because it was one of my father's favorite places on this planet. On the other side of those graves and trees, I'm sure you can kind of see there's water behind there. There's a lake. And what we're going to do is we're going to go on the other side of that lake. There's a big gazebo there and, a park, which we won't film because there's kids. But the lake itself is beautiful. And it's where a lot of activities happen, especially during the summer, the 4th of July, fireworks, after the parade here in town, and just a lot of good times. A band will play in the gazebo, and there'll be food everywhere, and there'll be activities, and it's not just for 4th of July. They do it for many, 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 many other events. Let's go see what's decorating for the holidays, at the very least. I mean, you're not really going to see much. You're literally going to see grass, hopefully, a gazebo, and a lot of water. And maybe a surprise or two. But either way, we got to drive around to the other side. Sorry that this is all chopped up in weird orders because, again, I was going to take you with me to visit my folks, but I decided to make that private. So let's go see what we can find over at the lake. It's kind of creepy. A rope swing at the cemetery. Look at this. Santa still posts up here once in a while. And when I was a kid, there's a library down the street here. He used to have a trailer there that I'd be so terrified to go to every year, but my mom would make me. Look at that, they're actually putting it on the grounds. We'll see more of the lake here in a little bit, but that's pretty rad. I'm glad they still do that. There are lights hanging. I don't know if you can see it right there and right there, but obviously it's daytime, so we're not going to see it. But it looks like they're taking this monument and they're restoring it or something. Hopefully so. A lot of great monuments here in Wakefield. Hopefully none of them are the type that have to be taken down, but for the most part they're just in celebration of veterans of foreign war and such, those who are fallen and all that, like the World War II memorials right here, I believe. We won't look at that, but we will check out this menorah. Look out, it's Ringu. Just kidding. Just kidding. There you go. I bet you that lights up at night. Hopefully they do it in succession like it's supposed to be done properly, but this is kind of neat. So there's an old church that used to be there. It burnt down like 4 or 5 years ago. It was tragic. I mean, it was a historical building. It's nice that they're finally rebuilding it. I don't know if they're going with the same specs as the old one, but with modern construction, or if they're just going to do their own thing. But it looks like they got the steeple starting right about here, Pretty cool. We might check out that church too, not go inside, but there's a Puritan cemetery on the other side of it that maybe for Halloween next year we'll go check out. We should do that. There's a lot of historical cemeteries here in Massachusetts that I just don't take advantage of. Look at this, look at this. This is why I hate people. I think that's a poopy bag. Yeah, It's a poopy doggy bag. And some scumbag put it over there. I hate people so much. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this church is under that same umbrella, but there's a few in this town called Revere, which has the first public beach in America, by the way. One of those things where it was brought over brick by brick from another country or something like that. I want to say that's not correct for this one, but I might be wrong with that too. Look at this, Wakefield stepping it up. They don't just have like a community board, but they got technology. You need a flu clinic shot? I mean, we still have old school paper here. There you go, there's a comedy lounge. Set your calendar to that date. Make sure you bring plenty to tip. So here's a gazebo. You know what? I'm almost 50. My dad used to take me here almost every weekend. I don't think I've ever been on the gazebo. I've never gone in there. I think we're gonna go in there now. I've never, you know, during the 4th of July parade, the band used to play in there, but now they put like a big trailer thing over here for them to play on. I don't know if it's got something to do with the age of this thing or what the deal is, but I've never just walked up on this thing. Guess what? You guys are gonna experience the first with me. I know this isn't gonna be that big of a deal for you, but this is kind of huge for me. I'm kind of hesitant to do it. Not because I think I'll be in trouble or anything, but wow, you know what? Here. This is pretty cool. I've never been up here. I have never been up here. There's the lake behind us. Now, it's not the biggest lake in the world, but it's pretty big. And, you know, big enough to where people go windsurfing and wind sailing or whatever you call it. But it's big enough. You know, I read somewhere a long time ago, maybe my parents told me this. It could all be caca anyway, but I heard the only, like, true difference between a lake and a pond is whoever discovers it names it. I mean, obviously some bodies of fresh water are much larger than others, and some are much smaller than others, and it's pretty easy to say whether or not it's a pond or a lake, but I don't know, I heard that. Let me know in the comments if that's true or not. Cool, let's go over to the lake. Again, there's really not much more to see here. I was kind of hoping there'd be more, but with the holidays, I mean, there's, you know, this, if you want to know. You know? Slay must really like letting themselves be known. Slay's written a few things. Oh, that's too bad. That's probably why this is all bagged up and everything. Hey, power. Wow, that's too bad. I mean, this thing's old. This thing has probably been here longer than my parents were alive. Or maybe they built it right around their time. I don't know. My guess is 30s. 30s. Guessing by the stonework and everything, you know. And the architecture itself. Let's go check out the lake. And then we can see, much like we did in the car, I showed you from my father's point of view over here. I'm sure we can see. Yeah, I can see it from here. I mean, I'm obviously going to have to zoom in and everything, but I'll tell you a fun story. All right, you see where the lake rounds off right about here? Me and my sister, who used to babysit me quite a bit, were over here with a bunch of her friends, and they were fishing. And a dude, you know, did his reel like that, and as he whipped it, somehow the hook hit the ground. My foot happened to just grab onto it right when he was yanking it. And oh my God, I mean, I could have been 3 or 4, but I remember how friggin' painful that was. That was insanely painful. Ooh, it's a lot chillier than I thought it was going to be today. A lot chillier. So, yeah, Lake Quannapowitt. I'm going to assume that's a Native American word by the sound of it. I don't really know the history too well. I guess not for any other reason than I just never studied it. I don't know. I don't look at life that way. Over here, over there, you know. I just see dudes and ladies. They're either good people or not. You know, that's pretty much how it is. Here's a park. It wasn't here when I was a kid. And in the summertime, there'll be a thing set up over here where you can get a kayak and rent it for like an hour or two. Just kind of cruise around the lake. People walk the entire perimeter of the lake. And I don't know if you can see the buildings that are right there. I know you can't. We used to be able to cut through there to come down this road, which is 129 over here, and then this is part of Main Street, but we can't anymore. So I literally went in there and I turned around and came back around. My dad used to walk this entire lake, and then, you know, you'd come out where the church is, and then you can, you know, circuit it again if you want. But you used to walk it just about every day. Every day. And there we go. Back to his point of view, right there. That's where my dad is. Always loved the sound of water. Just doing its own thing, you know. Something like, oh, that's new to me. Is that drainage of some sort? Hopefully they're not draining their poop in the water. People go kayaking and they fall into it. People used to windsurf here all the time. As a matter of fact, there was a shop downtown. They used to sell those. They look like surfboards, but they have sails on them, I guess. I don't know. But, yep. That's Lake Quannapowitt. And my dad's one of his most favorite places on the planet. I like coming here once in a while. It's like kind of like having them with me, you know what I mean? My watch just said my walk was finished. I don't remember telling it to start a walk, but my smartwatch is not very smart. It just does whatever it wants. Well, maybe it is smart. Maybe it's smarter than it'll ever be. But yeah, I think that's going to end this vlog. That's going to end this one. And if you're lucky, we'll check out the Puritan Cemetery. It's on the other side of these folks' homes. There's the church again. Now you're looking at it, it's bum. But that's it. So we're going to walk up to this weather vane over here. That looks like children playing. That looks like children playing. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You know, go ahead and leave your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all feedback too. The creep is positive. It's cool that we're actually creeping around somewhere, remember? Remember that from the early days? Hey folks, where are we creeping today? We're over at the such and such. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I got a lot of stuff coming up. Guitar stuff, Mandalorian kit stuff. I found a creepy building online. I know exactly where it is now. And we might go look at that here pretty soon. But there you go, that's what I wanted to see, right there. That's pretty nice. I like that. Very inviting. I was kind of hoping the porta potties were still here. But guys, I hope wherever in the world you are, you're doing well. Until next time, take care. Creep it real. Hope your holidays are going well. And bye-bye. Did anybody lose a glove? There's a missing glove here.